This clip is sponsored by Med Travelers. If you're an SLP interested in travel therapy, visit medtravelers.com to get started. Do you have a couple of ideas or activities of things that are your go-to or when you're getting started with a book with a student?
Well, I'll tell you first that it is something that you have to be very intentional about. There
Okay.
aren't a lot of books. When you go out looking at your bookstore, if you go online, the books that are going to be marketed to you first and foremost are not going to feature diverse characters. When I started doing research, I recognized that the majority of books, I think as of 2021, I think it might be maybe like 70% of books, children's books, feature white characters. And then after that, the next highest group are animals. So less than a third of the books that are published feature diverse characters, and hardly any feature kids with disabilities or kids who have either a family member or some sort of representation of LGBTQ community. So I'll say that first and foremost, it's not something that you can just say like, oh, I'm going to start it today, and then all these books are going to appear to you. You have to be seeking it out. It's not what's marketed to you readily. I do have some books that I do really love to use, like my go-tos for therapy. What I will say is that it's important to make sure you find a book that is quick to read. You want to be able to read it within like a 30-minute session so that the kids stay engaged and focused. I love to be able to find a book that I have the hard copy and I can also find a copy online, either through YouTube or some sort of free medium where I can say, hey, if you want to read it again at home with your family, you can. Because, especially in the school setting, you're not seeing the students every day. And there may be some time in between your first and your second session and your follow-up session. So read it again at home or listen at home just to keep your parents, just to keep you aware of the information and then get your family involved as well. So I'll do that. I also have book companions that I've created for some of the stories that I love, and I'll send home activities that go with the books. So to keep the learning going beyond the story, before the story, and even during, we'll have some activities so that it's never just a one session with just a book. We read it and then we're done. It could even go for a full month. When I'm doing a full unit on a book, we could go for weeks because I really want to delve into the book, make sure that one, we're targeting all of your goals that are in your IEP, but also making sure that you understand the concepts, the vocabulary, and the lessons that are meant to be learned by this particular book.